So today we're going to be looking at a Chinese company, BIDU. And you guys that have followed me for a little while know that I do not like trading Chinese companies just because, first of all, there's a concern that they're going to be delisted from the U.S. markets. That concern has been there for a little while, so it's not it's not like a pressing thing that's going to happen. It was probably more of a concern in the previous administration than this one, but it's still a possibility. Also, there's a lot of fraudulent, it's more frequent that there's fraudulent activity going on in the books of Chinese companies. Perfect example is Luckin Coffee that happened in 2020. So that is a couple of the reasons why I do not like trading them. But let's take a look at them and see what we can do, because basically when we trade on a chart, we don't care where the company is. We just care about what the pattern looks like and what we can do with it. So today, BIDU is down now 11% at the moment. So I saw this story come out today. Shares of BIDU plummeted today as investors feared that China-based tech companies may receive increased oversight from Chinese regulators, in addition to those threats of the United States potentially delisting companies like that. So because there have been shifty practices that have happened, and there is a track record of Chinese companies, quote unquote, cooking the books, the SEC is beginning to crack down on them a little bit. So let's take advantage. Let's see if we can take advantage of this big down day, and we'll go from there. So, man. So I didn't realize this is the first time that I'm pulling up a stock, this stock, and I think that one of the things that makes our channel unique is that when Paul and I do review stocks, we're looking at them for the first time when either Seth tells us about them or when I pull up something like this. This is the first time I'm seeing this chart, and it's not only today that's been bad, it's been the last month or so. So they did have an incredible climb. But let's zoom in and let's see what we can do with BIDU. Okay. So we do see that they are working down through the sweet spot, trending as a short right now. So it's not too surprising. So what would I do with this? Typically when I get news of something huge and there's some kind of 11% swing, I usually kind of sit on the sideline that day and just see what's going to happen. Let it settle down. Let it go to Monday. See what happens there. So obviously it's a short position right now. When could we have started this short position? I probably would have been adding on this candlestick right here. And I know you guys are looking at it saying, oh, but there's a long wick right there. We have to remember that we're looking at it in retrospect. Probably during this day, well, actually, definitely during this day, this thing did fill out like that. This candlestick did fill out, and it was a big, thick red candlestick moving down. I would have been adding that day if I were to play a short on it. I probably also would have, okay, so we knew that this candlestick looked like this. Then you got the following day, a big engulfing candlestick going down, I would have added there. We get a little bit of a snapback, no big deal. Stock price starts to move down on us. And then yesterday, which was Thursday, I would have been adding to my short position because it broke this previous low of whatever day this was back in early March. So today, I would not have loved adding today just because mostly it's Friday. You know what? I take that back. Ignore what I just said. I do think I would have added today earlier in the day because right now, it's 2 o'clock. The market is open. You're going to be seeing this video on Saturday. But this candlestick would not have looked like this earlier today. This would have looked like this. And at that point, I would have been adding at this new low. Now, the stock price has pulled back a little bit. It's no big deal, and it's no surprise because it is Friday. The reason that I would have been adding today is because yesterday we kind of broke through that 100-day moving average, this turquoise line, and then today it really broke through that 100-day moving average. So the fact that we broke through that 100-day moving average moving down gives me confidence to say, yes, I would have been adding to my short position today. It's no surprise that we have gotten some rebound and that the stock prices creep back a little bit because it was running right into this 200-day moving average. We are going to need another big day big volume day, I should say, like today and yesterday, to get this thing to push down through the 200-day moving average and come as a candlestick down here. So that's how I would be playing this one. Now, just be conscientious that you're getting into this oversold area. Now that we're in this oversold area, which is under 32%, just put some stops on it. If the stock price starts to bump up, go a 3 to 5% stop. If that happens, exit your position, take your profits, and you'll be a happy camper. So let's go and look at it from a swing trading perspective. And a swing trade, of course, is a 1 to 5 day trade. I really love that we've dropped through this 100-day moving average. It's not surprising, like I said, that we're bouncing off the 200-day moving average and this support line. It's a very little support line, and not a very strong one of 188 bucks. So what would I do here? Honestly, because our trend is down so much, we have good selling volume. I would wait until Monday, see if we can break through this 200-day moving average and keep going in the down direction. And that is how I would play BIDU. Now, before you do anything with BIDU on either chart, you need to make sure your bid and ask difference is around 1 to 2 cents, because otherwise you could get burned by the market maker or specialist, depending what sector this is in. Now, let's move over to a day trade. So this area in gray right here, this is all pre-market, post-market trading. Anything in black is in real market time, between 9:30 and 4 Eastern. So we had a big move down pre-market. And today, yes, if we're going to go short on it, we are below 20%. We're between 0 and 20 moving down. But it just keeps popping up on me and popping up on me. Every time we pop up above 20%, we have to exit our position. So today is not the most ideal short. If you wanted a more ideal short, it would be having your stochastic stay below 20% and just bounce around like that instead of doing what it's doing and bouncing out through 20%. Because right when we cross over 20%, we have to exit our position. That is how we make the most money trading from a day trading perspective. Let's go and look at yesterday just as a good example. Right here, oops, excuse me, let me get my marker. Right here at about 1 o'clock, 1,300 hours through almost the end of the day, through about 3:30. You had great engulfing candlesticks coming down. Your stochastic line was right here under 20%. As soon as it popped up over 20% right here, exit your position. That would have been this candlestick right here, and you made money all the way down, and that was a pretty damn good trade. So let's do a quick recap. Just want to remind you guys, I do not like to trade Chinese companies, and the reason is the volatility, the fraudulent stuff that goes on. It's just, there's so many other companies out there. There's American companies. Is there fraud in American companies? Of course there are. Just a little bit of a less likelihood, and the Chinese have a very consistent track record of doing it. So coming through the sweet spot, if I'm getting into this for the first time, I'm really not, because we are getting into this oversold range. If you wanted to do something, just add on an engulfing candlestick, maybe like that on Monday or Tuesday, and you will be good. Over here, from a long-term perspective, or from a day trading perspective, what we need is a red candlestick to break through the 200-day moving average, even something like that. I just want to clear this 200-day moving average before I do anything with it from a swing trading perspective. From a day trade, today's not the most ideal short. If you want an ideal short, use yesterday as an example. Stay below 20%. Just keep moving sideways. And once you pop over 20, exit your position, take your money and run. So that's BIDU. If you guys like this, if it resonates with you, join the Bid and Ask Nation. There are about 13 spots left right now. I just did a 2-hour Patreon-only trading class this morning where I started at the absolute basics and built up to almost the expert level. So it was a little bit for everybody. And since then, it is now 2:09. Since 12 o'clock, so in the last 2 hours and 9 minutes, we have had 8 people sign up for the Bid and Ask Nation, upgrade in the Patreon, and they're about to come make some money. So you get full access to me, all of my teachings, etc. Of course, you get all the Everything Money software that we're going to be coming out with, and it's just an awesome community and a community on Discord. So if this resonates with you guys, join the Bid and Ask Nation and come make some money with us. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.